As I get older, I notice more and more that guys are being more and more concerned with having kids, spreading their seed. And it becomes more and more apparent to me that in the past, this has been a concern for men. I didn't realize this actually. Maybe because I grew up with some or a lot of inherent privilege. Well, I suppose my privilege in that sense is that I simply um, didn't have this drive in me. I didn't have the drive to reproduce in me. Possibly my father did. Possibly a lot of other people do, based on certain factors that I see, particularly factors such as guys really scrambling to find employment, scrambling to find decent work in order to attract a woman. To me, that is demeaning. To me, that is very animalistic. Oh, I gotta build this nest so I can attract a female. That reeks of hypergamy. Maybe I'm too idealistic, I don't know. Maybe I'm too blue-pilled, some red pillars might say. You believe in this true love narrative, you're blue-pilled. Well, I believe that true love, or I believe that any love should be true love. In the sense that, love is loving somebody despite their faults. Love is loving somebody despite the environment. Love is loving somebody despite what they can do for you, either financially or outwardly. Even to a good extent, how they make you feel. Because all those things are transient. Potentially transient. How they make you feel. They might make you feel on top of the world for 6 months. And then for 4 months, you come crashing down and you realize all their faults. Do you love them after that point? Do you still love them when you see their faults? They might have a lot of resources. They might financially be able to wine and dine you and impress you with their money. But 5 years later, they go bankrupt. Do you still love them? See what I'm saying? True love sticks around despite the circumstances. And I have a hard time believing women really love men with true love. Therefore, I don't understand the compromise that men are making. I don't understand this compromise that many men do in order to attract women. I just don't get it, because to me, I would rather be lonely, which is pretty much a given that men are lonely if they don't have a woman, because men need a woman, I believe. I believe that Adam was lonely before Eve came along. The Bible alludes to that, which is a principle called the principle of first mention. You can Google that, whatever. It's a principle of human nature that we're lonely without a woman, unfortunately. This is why I can't ultimately agree with MGTOW. This is why I can't fully take that red pill and become a MGTOW monk. because I know deep down that it's not as fulfilling as these guys say it is. I know deep down that men need companionship. And no, friendship with the guys going bowling every night is not going to replace the love you get with a woman. Is not going to replace the intimacy of coming home every night and cuddling with your wife in bed. And that bond you share and that feeling. And no, having a bunch of sex with random women does not fulfill that. But here's the problem. The problem is we can't trust women. Fundamentally, men, we can't. So guys in the red pill community and manosphere talk a lot about women having baby rabies. Well, something that I've seen is men having baby rabies, believe it or not. Guys saying, oh, don't reproduce. This guy will never reproduce. Or people using "don't reproduce" quote unquote as an insult, as if reproduction is the top thing. And I just feel like that's animalistic. Having kids is not the penultimate thing of life. In fact, I think a lot of people don't want kids because kids are a burden. You got to raise them. Hello. A lot of people just have kids to have kids, and they laugh and they smile and they raise little monsters who laugh and smile too. Because trust me, I've met some of these women, met some of these young women who were raised by parents who just don't really know how to raise kids, but their goal was just to have kids. And these young women are messed up. And I've met young people in general who had bad parents, and you see them particularly when you're younger because you go to school with them and you see how messed up they are, and you're like, damn. I really understand that it's very important to have proper parents. Because bad parents, or parents who just maybe are a little too happy-go-lucky, raise maladjusted kids. Raise kids who are messed up. And indeed, me, myself, and I has struggled not to be one of those kids. Because my parents weren't great. And thank goodness I had the self-wherewithal to realize that my parents weren't that great when I was in my early 20s, and to realize that, hey, I don't want to be another statistic. I need to do better than my parents did. So I'm not going to do what my dad did, which is run out and feverishly seek a woman and hopefully I can knock her up, or hopefully I can get her living with me, or hopefully I can marry her before she figures out where she likes somebody else. But you have to wonder, in this climate, it's almost what you got to do. Strike while the iron is hot. While she really likes you, then put the wedding ring on and hurry the hell up, because a woman's emotions changes like the weather changes every 5 or 10 minutes on a overcast / sunny day, right? She likes you 1 month, and the next month she's not returning your texts, she's not returning your phone calls. But is the solution to that real, genuine problem that men are going through, is the solution, and who knows if we've always been going through that, is the solution to that the hurry up offense? Hurry up and marry, hurry up and get her pregnant, hurry up and wife her down. Is that really the solution? I don't know. I don't think so. And it does seem that we've always been doing that because, 150 years ago, people were dying at age 35. Hurry up and reproduce. I suppose to some extent, we're seeing the fruit of that. We're reaping the harvest of that weird animalistic reproductive habit. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe love is really just a fairy tale. Maybe real love and genuine true love, like they say in the books and the movies, is just that. It's just a story. It's just a fairy tale. I don't know. Some people say love is just a chemical reaction in the brain to the mating process. Well, that kind of sucks, doesn't it? And it kind of would make sense, too, in a way. Because people are so easy to fall out of love, particularly women. Now, I've heard a lot of men say that men love idealistically and women love opportunistically. This kind of makes sense. I think men are very idealistic, and I think men do want an idealistic love. And from what I've seen, most women have this conditional kind of outward love that is based on circumstances, that is based on the man's resources, his ability to provide, his masculinity or whatever, all these outward transient things that women are attracted to, which can dry up and change at any moment. Anything can happen. People get sick often. People lose their careers. People are no longer able to work. People are no longer able to be the person they were even 5 years ago. Question is, will she stick with you? And the statistics say no. You got a 50, flip a coin. That's your statistics. Says she'll stick with you. Even if you don't mess up. Even if you don't lose your job, lose your health, lose your ability to provide resources. 50% divorce rate, bro. All those guys aren't getting sick. All those guys aren't losing their resources, losing their job. The woman just fell out of love. And no, not all women are initiating divorces in those cases. But I've heard statistics that somewhere between, I think it's 68% and 75% women are initiating divorce. That's a third. A third of those 50% divorces of all marriages, of all first marriages, are initiated by women. Those are not good odds, guys. Those are not good odds for us. And 75% of second marriages end in divorce. So if you try to get married again, you got even more of a uphill battle. Bad statistical opportunity there. So this is weird. And it's like I see men have baby rabies. Oh, I won't get to reproduce. So what? Oh no, you're so important. Your genes are so important that you need another kid to add to the 8 billion people who are already here. Your last name is so important. Your progeny, your legacy, your male genes are not getting passed. Oh darn. Oh darn. I don't understand it. So you get in this fever and I got to go out and have a baby. It's easy to have a baby. It's easy to knock up some dumb slut. They want it. They want to get knocked up. And that's part of the problem. They want babies more than they want real love. They want babies more than they want to love a man. They're itching to have that marriage. Why do you think weddings are so expensive? Because the woman's been dreaming about it since she was 5. Oh, I'm going to have this white wedding. It's going to be so wonderful. And woo. And that's why weddings cost $20,000. That's why the wedding band, that's why the diamond industry is so popular. You ever see the movie Blood Diamond with Leonardo DiCaprio? That's why they're killing African kids to find these diamonds. They're enslaving whole villages of African kids and sending them out to find diamonds. Because in America, we have this nonsensical obsession with rare minerals, gold, platinum, diamonds. It's sickness, man. And what are our women doing? These women aren't educated to what goes on in Africa. Even though the movie Blood Diamond exists, these people aren't educated. They're not like, oh, I don't care about a wedding ring. They're like, I want that rock. Look at this engagement ring he got me. Oh my God. It's sick. It's weird, man. Like they care more about that than they do about maintaining a good relationship. And then 5 years later, they get divorced and it's all swept under the rug. They don't put that on social media. They don't put that on Facebook. They got divorced. Because there's nothing to brag about there. This is what all these girls want. Oh my God, he gave me this white wedding. It's like, stupid. Do you have genuine love? I'm more concerned about that. Will you stick with your man through thick and thin? I'm more concerned about that. And I think that is hollow even. There's hollowness in that. It's unfulfilling. Which is a lot of why these young girls put it off, because it's this weird, unfulfilling thing. Whereas if parents actually in society actually taught young girls that, hey, you need to go out and find a genuine love with a genuine man, they wouldn't take it for granted. Maybe. I don't know. They wouldn't expect it as a given because they know all guys are clamoring to get a nice job, get a nice career so they can provide resources. And this is what men have been reduced to. Men have been reduced to providers, utility. We've been we've been reduced to utility. We're a means to an end. If a guy doesn't provide for me, then he can't date me. Why do you think one of the first questions girls ask is, what do you do? What do you do for work? Yes, it is a common thing, which is stupid because it's really none of anyone's business, nobody's business. It's a common thing to ask that in a colloquial conversation, but at the same time, they want to know what you do. They want to know what they're up against. They want to know how much money you make. See if you guys have a future. Are you paying bills? You got your own house? You got your own apartment? You got your own car? I want 4 kids. Can you afford that? Geez, lady. Sorry, I don't think I can because I just want real love with a non-bitch. With a woman who's not gonna care about my resources. And that's hard to find in this world, man. I'm more concerned about that than reproducing. Does it bother me that I'm getting older every year and not reproducing? Not really, because kids are a handful and I want to be able to afford them. But even then, I don't know if I really want kids. I don't see the big deal. I got to take care of this person for 18 years. I got to take care of some person when there's 8.5 or however many billion out there already. Why? Why would I do that? I don't understand I mean, yeah, there's something in me that when I was younger, I always thought I'd grow up to have a family. I always thought I'd maybe have a kid or two, and there's some kind of, I want to love something and I want to take care of something. That's in me a little bit. But I'm not like, oh, clamoring feverishly. I don't understand why guys do this, because guys do it too. And I know women do it for sure. But guys see guys do it too. They get scared that they're not going to be able to reproduce, and it's weird. I don't know, man. I'd rather find a quality woman for love, if that's possible. And then maybe I'll have a kid, if the circumstances are right and I know she loves me. But these girls with baby rabies, and they're only being nice to the man, they're only being all sweet and kind or whatever because they want him to knock her up, that's weird. That's her motivation.